She showed up to my lakeside cabin, all dressed in hot pink, acting like she owned the entire forest, demanding that I hand over the steak. I had been marinating for 2 days straight, claiming it violated some imaginary HOA barbecue rule that only she knew about. I looked her straight in the eyes and told her this steak was staying right here on my grill, and if she wanted one, she should have brought her own, but she didn't stop. Instead, she started yelling about fines and violations and how she'd call the authorities. Q. Do you think she was right to demand my food just because she wore a badge and a loud attitude? Q. What would you do if someone tried to take your meal like that anyway? I had enough, so I pointed to the old colonial style stocks I'd built as a historical display and jokingly said if she didn't stop, I'd use them for real. But she kept pushing my buttons until I finally guided her over, and before she could scream HOA regulations again, she was in the stocks, yelling her head off. Now before you freak out, it was totally safe, and she wasn't hurt, but man was she mad. I told her that since she interrupted my peaceful lunch, I'd continue eating in peace, and once I was done, maybe, just maybe, I'd let her out. Q. Have you ever dealt with someone who thought rules didn't apply to them? Q. Do you believe in karma or instant justice? She started threatening lawsuits and demanding to speak to someone higher up, but all I had was my steaks and pepper sauce, and the satisfaction of chewing every bite while she fumed in place. And guess what? The neighbors started filming and cheering because apparently she's been making everyone's lives miserable for months. Finally, one neighbor brought out a plate of ribs and sat beside me, and we both laughed and enjoyed the sunset together, while Karen, in the stocks, finally realized that maybe, just maybe, being a bully doesn't always end well. Question. From which country do you belong, and do you have HOA where you live? Because honestly, if this is what they're like, I'm starting a petition to grill freely and let steaks live in peace. The sun set behind the lake, birds chirped, and I wiped barbecue sauce off my chin, knowing full well this would be a story worth retelling every single summer.